Those that are entrusted with providing a safe learning environment during our formative years can sometimes have a positive effect on people through their negative actions and words. During my youth, I was confronted with just such a person, someone who was afforded the task of raising me, teaching me, and helping me figure out the ways of the world. When people are in these formative years, they're looking for leadership from those assigned to raise them. And for children in this position, we don't have a lot of resources or abilities to ascertain the validity of statements those around us make. Such was the case with my upbringing. A person close to me had an adjective to describe everyone that was not her. While living with her, there were degrading comments that she associated with all others. This group was assigned this term, that group another. As a young child, you should be able to believe what the models in your life share with you, as it's part of the learning process that's associated with life. However, these terms and denigrating associations made with each group caused me to stop one day and ask myself, can this all really be true? The only way I could find out, for sure, was to access others' perceptions of these groups pre-internet. This started the process of me becoming a voracious reader, aspiring to find out everything I could about everything I was curious about. What I began to find out altered my perspective on life. People weren't bad, but individuals could be bad. Through my historical readings of oppressed groups in the country, black, poor whites, women, Native Americans, etc., I was also able to determine that many people that were poor were assigned to this lifestyle because those in power needed an oppressed class to do their bidding for them. This process began a lifelong journey of viewing those that did not have as much as me with reverence, because they were many times able to achieve as much, if not more than me, with fewer resources. In my mind, I began to internalize the value of person over image, associating the value of what was inside of a person compared with what was on the outside of a person, like their car, clothing, or house. These feelings followed me through my teen years, as I found myself volunteering at homeless shelters, trying to develop ways that I could provide support to those that were not as fortunate as I was growing up. This period reinforced in me that people in general were good, and casting aspersions over an entire group limited the amount of people you could ever be close with. Why would I want to do that? The beforehand process instilled in me the desire to do something for those without appreciable resources. When it came time to accept my first teaching assignment, I went to a Title I school, which provides more supports to a school predicated on census information identifying it as lower socioeconomically. When I was working in this environment, I noticed that the students were just as capable as any others, but the approach for instruction was profoundly different. These students had been saddled with the belief of "I can't" in many arenas, perhaps even more significantly with my position as a special education teacher. It wasn't a school system, it was society that made these students feel this way. The students I was working with had learning disabilities, and their families had little money. However, few times did I hear students complain. They just wanted to learn to read. After spending a lifetime conjecturing about what impact I could have, I began actively trying to make an impact towards those in society with less. I'm sure this was unintended by the figure who tried to impart in me so much anger towards others, but irony is kind of a funny thing in life. Generationally speaking, my daughters have had full benefit of my learning as well, knowing better than to prejudge someone on their appearance or material possessions. My experience with bigoted thoughts and beliefs turned me the other way, and educating others is now a common outlook I possess.